say about 50-50.
I'm surrounded by hundreds of smokers. Pictures. Art pictures. Trick ones.
So what do we got?
I don't have a lot of weed. Oh, I'm not necessarily asking you. Get in your brain. Because in your brain, I bet.
Just like I asked
At 420 here in downtown Victoria at the City Hall, and I'm here with Margaret. Why are you here for 420? What do you think 420 is all about?
Well, I think we need a little education on nature's pharmacy, and I tell you, I didn't know that much about it, but I'm learning, and I've found that using the Cata Balm has really helped an injury that I've had for over 4 years. So it's healing, and nobody else could heal it. Medical doctors, naturopaths, chiropractor, and I happen to know Dr. Neil McKinney, and I respect the work that he's been doing with the naturopaths and trying to bring awareness to how nature's plants can be healing.
Excellent, excellent. And could you repeat for us, would you contact that doctor? Do you know his name?
Dr. Neil McKinney, and actually I picked up the newspaper, little paper that they have over there, and there's an article. No, not there.
Oh yeah.
And there's an article that he has written.
Excellent.
Dr. Neil McKinney. He's all about cancer and healing cancer with nature's plant.
Well, I'm sure people could benefit from investigating this a lot further than that.
Yes, I think so too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you, Margaret. And happy 420.
Thank you.
All right. Hi. We're here at Freedom Free for All. I'm Brad, and I'm here with Bill from Hempology, and we're here to discuss 420 and the celebrations that are going on in the background, just getting started here. Tell me, Bill, why are you here for 420 and what does it mean to you?
Well, I'm actually part of the group Hempology 101 that is sponsoring the event here. What it means, I'm involved in it and have been quite a while through social media. I help them. For me, the effects of medical cannabis are undeniable because I have pain from a bicycle accident, and I had problems with opiate-based painkillers, and I haven't taken any in probably 6 years.
And that's because you found medicinal purposes
yeah, medicinal cannabis. Also, as well, I recognize the value of hemp itself, and that's the idea behind this being named Hempology 101, not Cannabis 101, because it's the hemp plant. The fellow back there talking right now, Ted Smith, he comes from a family of farmers, and he realized the value of the hemp seed, and when he was watching his family have to sell off farm goods when he knew that if they could grow hemp, they could, you know, they could keep their land. So, and this is his. We I don't know if you're aware, but we were just in the Supreme Court on March 20th, proving that cannabis extracts are better for you than smoking for most situations, which is something the federal government is very adamantly opposed against.
Was that in the Supreme Court?
It's Supreme Court of Canada. Well, the ruling will come down. We fought them all the way up. They've appealed at every level, and this is the final one.
When do you anticipate that ruling?
4 months about. So we're what?
So we're looking forward to that.
Probably August, September. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that'd be really cool. We'd like to keep in touch with you on that.
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah.
And of course, there's so many purposes that can be used for industrial. I mean, hemp used to be all the rope on the tall ships. It seems to me that the fossil fuel industry is trying to monopolize a lot of materials, and they want to keep the hemp production out of it.
They're starting to get a bit fossilized.
That's right.
Actually, the uses of hemp are, because it was up until about the late 1800s, early 1900s, when this whole movement began. It was common usage. For the original Levi's were made from hemp. as you say, for ropes, a lot rope sales. A lot of people know the War of 1812 was started by the Americans to try to cut the British hemp supply that they were growing from Canada.
Parchment.
Again, the Constitution, the original American Constitution, written on hemp. Yeah. But one of the most exciting things, just recently, just saw it about 2 days ago on social media. There's a company out of Australia by the name of Zeoform has using just hemp cellulose and water created a durable plastic. You can make it as hard as ebony. You can make it like sponge. You can shape it into anything, any shape. They've been an Australian company since 2013. They're just going global right now, and all they use is water and hemp cellulose.
You can make car chassis out of it.
It's amazing. It's completely biodegradable. There's no like the stuff we have now on like the plastic we have now. Of course, it biodegrades into these tiny beads that last for 5,000 years. And
of course, it's understandable why they would want to keep it out of the market then, because they want monopolies and they want to control the market, which is actually anti-free market.
Yeah, and in the end, they're harming themselves because they're like, how do you live in the world if you're conducting business in such a way that brings such harm to it, and not somehow on some level suffer that harm yourself? It's almost a form of madness, or at least very extreme short-sightedness.
Okay, well, thanks, Bill. I know you're going to be part of it.
Yeah, I got to go take some pictures there and tweet them off.
I really appreciate you taking the time.
No problem. Yeah, I really enjoyed talking to you.
Okay, this is Brad with Freedom Free for All Television at 420. Be safe and be free.
If you want to read more about what's happening with the federal government and dispensaries and the law, grab one of our newspapers, the Cannabis Digest. We started publishing this after Owen was arrested in 2009, and it's become Canada's largest cannabis newspaper. We're very proud of it. It gets used all around the country at different dispensaries, so we've got a bunch in our booth, and some other people will be handing them out, so feel free to grab those. We hotbox the front steps of the Victoria Courthouse. We actually get curtains. There's big stairs off Blanchard Street. And we put curtains on either side of the stairs, and we hotbox the front steps. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, everybody, give me a 4. Give me a 2. Give me a 0. What do you got? Right on, folks. Right on. Happy 420, everybody.
What'd you think about 420, and how'd you like it?
Oh, it was quite a good event today. We had a really good turnout, beautiful day. The costume contest went well. We didn't have no incidents at all, and of course, no one here is drinking.
I've been wanting to ask you a question, Bill. What do you think about the difference in between legalization of marijuana and decriminalization of marijuana?
Well, I think they're. I think it's a very fair question right now because it's being debated, and the difference with legalization. It's a difference of your rights, basically. With decriminalization, even though it would mean if you were caught with pot, it wouldn't be a jail time, it would just be a fine. The police still have more power to, I don't know, violate your rights is the best way of expressing it, but you have less rights under decriminalization. They still have the right of searching you under suspicion, whereas if it's legal, unless you're doing something that's socially disruptive, or outside of whatever the laws of legalization are set, they don't have the right to compromise your rights, or
That's the way it should be, don't you think?
I think
why
legalization.
Should the state have any power that the individual doesn't have?
Because very recently the Conservatives just proposed the possibility of decriminalization. I don't know if you noticed or saw on the news, the Justice Minister, and I had to laugh at that because the reason they're proposing decriminalization is because they realize they're losing the vote to people, and decriminalization still allows them control. And to me, that's it seemed very, very straightforward that way.
Well, it's great to get your insight.
Oh, thanks for asking. I appreciate it.
Free for all. Here we are, Freedom Free for All. We're here with Ted Smith, and we were just wondering, Ted, what do you think about 420 this year? What do you think of the turnout?
Well, it's been a fantastic event so far, that's for sure. There's barely been a chemtrail in the sky.
Amazing.
Yeah.
They took a day off.
Almost. They must have been busy.
There's no planes in the sky, I guess. The traffic must have shut down.
Well, I don't know if it's quite that far, but I'm sure a few people took an extra day off today.
Yes. So we were wondering, what do you think the effects of this sort of a gathering have on influencing the political wing of society? I mean,
I don't think it influences politics at all in a direct way, but it cuts down the fear factor, right? Today is a sign people are not afraid of being seen in pot smoking public. Yeah, it's like, we are good people. We are honest, decent citizens and don't deserve to be treated like scum because we choose a substance different than the moral majority.
Right.
And so today is, I think, a sign that fear is dissipating and more acceptance.
What do you think about the industry end of it? I mean, hemp used to be so pluralistic in most of the products that were around the turn of the 20th century. What has happened? Why are they suppressing this industrial advantage?
The whole thing has been about hemp more than cannabis marijuana from the beginning. It wasn't, the crackdown, the creation of the term marijuana was to have an excuse to crack down on all forms of cannabis, and it was really, the petrochemical companies with fossil fuels, paper companies, chemical companies like DuPont, basically the Fortune 500 came to think we can't let farmers grow this because it's like printing money in a sense. You can make so many things of it and feed your livestock, produce your own energy. They need farmers and consumers that are independent, or not independent, that are dependent upon the system. And so they took away this resource from the farming community that made them wealthy, or would make them wealthy. And so it created all these other markets for plastics and paints and cosmetics that could be made out of natural products that would benefit agricultural communities. And instead we have this industrial complex that's focused on extraction resources and raping natural resources instead of having some kind of manageable, sustainable, really, that's the main reason why, even though hemp's been legal in Canada to grow since 1998, we don't have a fiber processing facility, so that these shirts, and I got my whole suit except my tie actually today is made. No one will invest in it because we're talking multi-million dollars of investment here. Like for a proper paper factory out of hemp, it's about $50 million to really get it all together. And the people with that kind of money aren't going to support it because they get isolated from the rest of their rich-ass community, right? Well, those things are occurring, believe me, in the prairies more than here. We don't see it here because when they produce in the prairies, they ship it to the States. So a lot of the products you're seeing in the United States, food, for example, that's all been Canadian food and hemp seed and stuff for the last year. We're the world leader in hemp food production. Yeah, we're the #1 producer in the world in hemp food. So we've really gone that direction. We're not really pressing the oil to make fuel and stuff yet. There's still so much more to go. But in terms of food production, they've really tuned into the California market where they're buying hemp seeds and hemp oil and all this other stuff for food products.
Well, I've seen them work the rape processing plants, the rape seeds, and they crack them and they roll them and they squeeze them. I mean, it's certainly something that could be easily adapted to hemp.
Oh, they're doing that. Yeah, that's what I say. We're leading the world in that right now. But in terms of the fiber production, we're doing nothing. We're leaving the fiber that this clothing is made out of to rot in the field and burning it because that gets rid of it quicker. It's so, there's still volumes more to be done, and it's coming though. There's a plant in Alberta, ironically the Chinese that are building it. China's had hemp there forever. They've never prohibited hemp. They're not really into drugs and cannabis, marijuana, but that's where a lot of the hemp comes from. That's probably where all my clothing came from, is in terms of the fiber anyway. And
why not us?
It's coming. It's it's taken far too long for many of us, but the truth is in the plant, and it's really something that has got its day coming here. That's for sure.
Well, thanks, Ted.
My pleasure.
And this is Freedom Free for All. Hope you enjoyed your
Happy 420.
I'm sure it helped.
It's been a great day.
Great. All right. 420, Victoria. Freedom Free for All. Here we are, Freedom Free for All, and I'm here with Herb at 420 in Victoria. And how would you like your 420 celebration this year?
It was wonderful. And I got to tell you, the more we get around to learning how to cook with me, the better we'll all be. And I got to say, cooking with me is a lot better than smoking me.
All right. Well, I bet you Herb has a lot of suggestions. Where can people find out more about consuming marijuana as opposed to just burning it?
Well, online there's probably a lot of good recipes. You know, if you look up our Hempology 101 Society line, we probably have a few recipes up there now. I know Gail's been trying to work on putting the book up there for just anybody to use. These are just normal recipes that people can, if you're allowed this plant as a medicine, then you should be able to use these recipes and help yourself be free of pain.
Excellent. Well, thanks, sir. Well, I think you had a good time. I know I did. Here we are, 420 in Victoria. Herb, celebrating. Thanks, Herb.
Thank you. Happy 420, everybody.